Let's touch up. Good luck to both of you guys.
He likes to bring an end to opponents in quick fashion, and Curtis Harper has walked out of the ring.
Wait, what?
I cannot believe this.
I've never seen this before.
He walked out of the ring.
He's not fighting this
He
guy.
walked out of the ring.
I've never seen this before in my life.
Wow. Curtis Harper has
And the
walked
fans
out
here in
of the
Minnesota
ring.
are really upset right now because
horrible. Horrible, horrible. Y'all know who that is? That's Curtis Harper. That's Deontay Wilder's opponent for this April. That's right. Curtis Harper was supposed to fight Ajagba. Referee, let's have a good fight. They went to the opposite corners. Bell ring, ding, ding. Curtis Harper hauled ass up out the ring. Yo, let me tell you something, people. This guy, Curtis Harper, this guy, 18 wins, 12 of those wins by knockout, 11 losses, 6 of those losses by knockout. He stands 6'2", has a 78-inch reach. Oh boy, when you look at his record, okay, let's just look. The man had a stretch here, KO'd, unanimous decision KO'd. And then you look and you see here, one by disqualification, one by TKO, one by KO, one by TKO, all right? But look at the records of the guys he fought. His most recent win was December. Just December. He beat a guy with 3 wins and 42 losses. Before that, he beat a guy with 5 wins and 19 losses. Before that, he beat a guy with 5 wins and 18 losses. And before that, beat a guy with 3 wins and 8 losses. And then before that, he lost to a guy who was 7-0. Before that, he lost to a guy who was 10-1. Before that, he lost to a guy who was 10-0, which was Jalalov, who's a monster. And before that, he lost to a guy who was 11. So 11-0 was Jalalov, and then Nimba was 10-0. So when it comes to Deontay Wilder and him returning to the ring, oh boy, look, I understand. You want to get a soft touch. I didn't expect Wilder to come out here and try to fight Jalalov, not even a Makhmudov. I didn't even expect him to fight a Dillian White. I didn't expect him to fight a Joe Joyce. But I surely didn't expect him to fight this guy right here, Curtis Harper. And I'm just being real with you. I did not expect Wilder and his team to come out here and select this guy.
Bring an end to opponents in quick fashion, and Curtis Harper has walked out of the ring.
Wait, what?
I cannot believe this.
I've never seen this before.
He walked out of the ring.
He's not fighting this
He
guy.
walked out of the ring.
I've never seen this before in my life.
Wow. Curtis Harper.
That's them the craziest shit I ever seen. Wilder wants to get a win. But damn, man. Talk about scraping the bottom of the barrel. This doesn't help Deontay Wilder. This doesn't help Malik Scott. This right here, this is extreme. Extreme. You know what this reminds me of? You know how they say, man, they try to tell a young man, a young woman, when you're meeting people, and don't worry so much about the appearance, it's how they treat you, right? It's about what's inside. What's inside. That's all that matters. It's all that matters. Don't worry about a handsome man like Hood Champion. Pretty woman like a Halle Berry face. That shit fades away at time. It's about what's in the heart. And then you get that friend or someone who goes and marries this girl who loves him. She's crazy about him, but you look at her and her face is harder than a day's work. That's extreme. You don't go out and do no shit like that. I mean, you gotta want to look at the woman. The woman should want to look at the man. And that's what we got here. This is an extreme case of a soft touch. God damn, he should have got somebody with a pulse, man. I'm telling you, Deontay Wilder went out here and just totally found somebody who was damn near lifeless and said, let's make a fight. And maybe BOK Prime has something to do with that matchmaking. You know what I'm saying? They need Wilder to knock this guy out cold. They need something. I'm sure Curtis Harper, he doesn't care if he wins or if he loses. He's coming in there, man, to get tranquilized. Simple. That's all it is. So Wilder by destruction, first round KO. Everybody be talking about Wilder's back. Freaky Maliki will be, first in line to do an interview and talk about how great of a trainer he is, and Wilder is finally listening now, and now you're seeing that, all the things that we worked on, it's taken a few years to come together, but now it's here, and Wilder at an advanced stage is exactly where we need him to be. 40's the new 30. All this bullshit. I like Wilder. I think he deserves a soft touch. I do. I didn't expect him to fight Bacoli. All right, let's be real here. But I didn't expect him to come out here and fight the shakiest gun in the goddamn West, the goddamn heavyweight Don Knotts. I didn't expect him to go fight this guy. Anyway, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans. All 7 continents, but I'm going to be honest with you. He's coming back on April 26th. He's going to blast this dude out the ring. 1 round. Maybe the first shot he throws, Fat Boy falls down and gets grease all over the fucking ring, right? April, so May, June, July, and I'm sure he'll be back in the ring after that. Because everyone's going to talk. People aren't going to really focus so much on this guy, Harper's record. That's going to, look, if Wilder comes and does a number on this dude, they ain't going to worry about that. I'm not going to let that shit go. But BOK Prime Wilder may have something solid that they're putting together here. I don't know how much money he's making, but if Wilder make $10 million, I don't know what he's making. But you figure he probably makes some good money. $5 million, $10 million, I don't know. He didn't go on to fight again. Maybe he makes another, I don't know. But what I do know is he's trying to bounce back from the recent performances. And those recent performances against Zhang and Parker left a big question mark over Deontay Wilder and his future in boxing. And you look at Anthony Joshua, he got soft touches. But this guy's not even Jermaine Franklin. When Joshua was trying to find himself after getting his ass kicked all over the ring, he was trying to find himself. They put him in there with Jermaine Franklin. Put him in there with the Hellenius. This guy's not Franklin or Hellenius. He's not on their level. There is no level for him. You know what I'm saying? But Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber, he shut down all of them suggesting that he retires. He's going to keep pushing. He's going to keep getting that money, and I think he deserves a super soft touch. But this is extreme. After that, maybe then he goes and he fights like a Jared Anderson or a Jermaine Franklin type fighter. And then after that, if he can clip them, then maybe he fights another at that level. And then maybe try to go for the big payday, because the demand's going to be there if Deontay Wilder can string up 2 or 3 knockouts. Just like AJ. The demand was there. And then what we saw is, as far as being up there with the elite guys who can punch, AJ probably doesn't belong there. And with Wilder, I don't know what we're going to find out. But if he gets up there with guys who can punch, and he's still, freaking Maliki right hand crazy, he may find himself getting dropped and getting knocked out, violently knocked out again. But I just want to know, if he's still using that ayahuasca. Because that ayahuasca supposedly put Deontay Wilder in a better place. And I'm going to tell you this right now. That ayahuasca, I think between the drugs, because that's what that shit is, and Malik Scott and Wilder's stubbornness, I think that may have resulted in him losing his killer instinct. Now, I'm going to tell you, man, I've never done any drugs. I've never smoked weed. I never done any drugs. I used to drink a little alcohol. You know, I hit a little bit of the devil's juice every now and then. But I haven't drank alcohol in 14 years. So, you know, I don't drink anymore. I have no desire to drink that shit. I was addicted to Coke Zeros for a goddamn 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, maybe 10 years. I was hooked on them Coke Zeros. And then I just kicked that. I just, one day, cold turkey. I just, fuck this shit. But what I'm saying is, I don't understand the deal with this ayahuasca shit. If water's still, I don't know, drinking it, smoking it, I don't know what you do with it. You inject this shit. I don't know what you do. I don't know what it is, right? Well, I know what it is, but I don't know how. I think it's a drink, right? Maybe you can smoke the leaf. I don't know, man. But the bottom line is, like, can water, like, set that aside and leave that alone? Because a lot of these guys are on the ayahuasca. A lot of them. A lot of the fighters are on that shit. And it's like, you know, what is it about this plant that causes not just the fighters, but so many people to want to pursue it and indulge? Like, I don't understand. But he better be careful, because maybe it's the ayahuasca that caused Wilder to be in the position he's in. But I tell you what, I think he's already secured his financial future, which was his ultimate goal from the sport. And he did reach the top of the sport, and he stayed there for about a good 10 years. But I don't know if he is going to be able to win a belt again. And even if he is, it'll probably be an interim belt. And to go on and try to defend it 10 times. I think those days are over for Wilder. I think he understands it's money grab time, and he's going to keep grabbing as long as the money's there. But Wilder exceeded expectations, people. Whether we want to sit here and ridicule him, lambaste him, or whatever, Wilder's exceeded expectations. I don't know what's next, but I don't like hearing him talk about going into the fight with Parker, having a hand or arm injury, something about fighting Zhang and having a broken hand, and whatever the stories are. He lost to Parker because Parker was better on that night. He lost to Zhang because Zhang was better on that night. It's pretty simple. But Malik Scott, you know. Before I end this video, where is that? I want to read something to you that. Okay, this is what Malik Scott said. Scott said the last two guys that he fought are probably two of the toughest guys he's fought in his career. Zhang is a southpaw and is big and more imposing. Parker is an above-average fighter that Deontay took after a long layoff. He calls Parker an above-average fighter. Wasn't Parker a champion? He was a champion, right? So above-average fighter, the man was a champion. And he has a good chance of becoming two-time champion when he faces Dubois. But they call him an above-average fighter. That doesn't sit well with me. But anyway, he says after a long layoff, he's fighting the best in the world. What people have a problem with is the performance level. The performance level? Who's training him to perform? The problem is you, freaking Maliki. Him not going in there and performing at a certain level. That's your fault, freak. Malik. We got to see what he wants to do. It's up to him to see if he wants to have a good year in the division, like I know he can. Whoa, you hear what this guy's saying? This is a whole separate video I should be doing right here. We got to see what he wants to do. Yo, that's the problem. You can't train him. You there for the money. If you love him like you say you love him, this is my brother. Deontay and I were brothers, and I love Deontay. And I'm going to tell you, this is from a more pragmatic, more speculative, more kind of transgenderish type of perspective. And I'm going to say this. Malik Scott just be throwing words out like a man just got out of prison and shit and read a book. He just be throwing words and see what stick and shit. But he's going to say, we're going to see what he wants to do. It's up to him if he wants to have a good year. That's what Malik Scott needs to get the hell away from him. If you care about Deontay Wilder, haul ass, get the hell out of Dodge. Let somebody else come in who can really develop that man, because obviously he don't listen to you. And you just going along for the ride. Matter of fact, as a result of you working with Malik Scott, you were able to go out there and seal the deal with Kate Abdo. And congrats, by the way. But would that have even come together if you weren't out there working with Deontay Wilder? I don't know. I think it's frustrating, but we'll see if the hunger's still there. But I just think when I listen to Malik Scott, boy, oh boy, how about this? Imagine if this guy, Harper, beats Deontay Wilder. I'm sure somebody gonna run up on Malik Scott and put their beans on him. Some crazy Wilder fan gonna run up on him and bite him or some shit. Because that would just be horrible. Anyway, at 38, 39, man, we're gonna find out Wilder deteriorating physically. And we're going to see. The man was an athlete before he joined boxing. A lot of wear and tear on the frame. And here it is doing something, one of the most destructive, violent sports in the world. And we're going to see how his body holds out, man, because he ain't getting no younger. Anyway, keep cool. Deontay Wilder about to fight the man that got a little kangaroo in him. And that kangaroo shows up every now and then. He will jump out the goddamn ring and not face whoever's in front of him if he's worried about getting knocked out. In the breeze.